DJ, you go crazy.
DJUTV, let them know who we got in the building.
Hey, my name's DeeDee Davis. I play Babygirl, aka Brianna Tompkins, on the Bernie Mac show.
Babygirl, what you on, gang?
Nothing much. I'm glad to be here with y'all. Talk about anything.
For sure. Well, you know the world know you as Babygirl. I'm sorry to keep calling you Babygirl, but that's what I know you as.
No, it's cool. Like it don't even matter no more. It's just like kind of like in me.
Right. Well, welcome to DJUTV. You know, it's a blessing to have you here.
Thank you. I appreciate to be here.
For sure. And happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll be 27 tomorrow, so.
That's what's up. So what's this? Aries season?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. Tell us where you from, Babygirl.
I'm from south suburbs of Chicago.
Okay.
I was born in Olympia Fields, but I grew up in LA. And I've always kind of like been back and forth my whole life.
Okay, because the Google said you was from Culver City.
That's a fucking lie. I am not from Culver. I don't know where that came from. That's on my Wikipedia, ain't it? You know anybody could like edit that, right?
Wikipedia,
not from Culver City. I was born in Olympia Fields, and when I was 4, I moved to Studio City, California.
Okay. And how long was you in Cali before you came back?
I mean, I was back and forth. Like, my father lived out here, but me and my mom and my sister, we were all in the industry, so we had a place out there. And we would just come back and forth, like, our whole life, like holidays, summers type stuff. And we was out there for, like, 12, 13 years.
Right. So your childhood seemed to be busy.
Yeah.
You know, on our show, we ask a lot of guys, you know, around what age did they start hanging out in the streets. But in your case, it's like, so what age did you start shooting, you know, commercials and stuff, right?
Yeah. Really, like, I was homeschooled my whole life. I started working at the age of 4. I was in, like, Huggies commercials and prints and, like, things for, like, advertisements type stuff. And then my sister got into acting, and she was on like the Jay Leno show and was on the Power Rangers, and then that's when I kind of just took off with the Bernie Mac show. So I really didn't have a childhood, like, you know, like people going out for recess and stuff like that. I'm going to like interviews and like meetings and going over my lines and stuff. So like I really felt like I didn't really have that much of a childhood, or I had to disconnect with kids, because like I could talk to an adult better than I could talk to a kid my own age.
Word.
So it was just, it was a lot of work for a lot of years.
You say you started working at age 4. Mm-hmm. So with you know, being a parent now, and we'll get to motherhood later, but what does working at age 4 mean? Like, who was making the money that you were earning? Was checks being made out of your name or parents, or how does that go?
So when you get paid at a young age, you get a percentage of everything, pretty much. Like, you get a percentage to spend, then you also got to pay your team, like your publicity team, your agencies, your managers, your publicists, assistants. It's a lot of shit that goes into it. So you pay them off, and then, you know, you get your play money too, but majority of my money went into a savings that I couldn't touch until I was 18.
Okay.
So, you know, we lived off that money too. Like, my sister was making money from the movies and stuff she was doing. My dad had a full-time job still, been working there for like 40 years. And I was working too. So it was like all coming together. So like we had that money to save, and we also had that money to spend.
Right. And as far as you acting, was that something that, was that something you wanted to do, or was that something that, I guess that's something your parents put you in at age 4, right? But
I mean, I'll say this. So my mom, like, she put us into modeling and stuff like that. Me and my sister used to like do it together in competitions. And my sister got noticed, and then when she started taking off, apparently I was like, oh, I want to be like my big sister. I want to do it too. I said that at 4. I don't really remember all that, but my mom got me into it, and it was something I definitely wanted to do. But I think over time it was something that I got tired of. Just being like raised in it is much more difficult than I think people like really understand. Like, you know, not having that whole childhood, or like not just being able to quit and walk away from it. And like, yeah, it was a bit of a disconnect for me in the end.
For sure. So can you tell us, how did you get involved with the Bernie Mac show?
Yeah, so I auditioned for it. I got signed to an agency called Osbrink Talent Agency in LA, and they sent me out for the Bernie Mac show. And I remember learning my lines for like the audition and stuff, and like me and my mom going over it. Like she was playing Bernie's part, I was doing mine, and it was the episode. It was the toilet paper. That was the scene that they had us reading from, the little script. And I remember like going into the audition, and it was just like a whole bunch of guys in there like dressed in suits. I remember that, but like it was a whole bunch of white people, and Bernie was like the only black guy in the suit. So I was just like, okay. So I remember I did my lines in like pajamas and like my little bunny slippers or whatever. And then I did it. I don't remember doing it, but I remember walking out. Bernie had came after us and stopped us. And apparently my great aunt went to the same church as some of his people. Okay. And so him and my mom had a conversation. She was like, yeah, I know some of your people, you know, because we from out here, he from out here. I remember they had a conversation, and that was it. And then I remember a couple days later, like, the agency called, and they were like, you got it. And I was like, okay, yeah. Like, everybody was jumping around. But, yeah.
So how old exactly were you when the Bernie Mac thing started for yourself?
I was 4, about to turn 5.
Oh, wow. You was really...
So, like, everything started at, like, 4. But I was, like, 4, just about to turn 5. When we taped the pilot of the Bernie Mac show. Okay.
So tell us did you go to high school, or were you homeschooled during high school?
I was homeschooled my whole life up until my sophomore year in high school.
Okay.
It was the worst thing of my life. I just think it was like kind of weird to be like homeschooled, like me and one teacher, right? Like for majority of my life.
It was
or
the
like
same
just
teacher the whole time?
Yeah, okay. It was the same teacher the whole time. Each kid had their own teachers. We had our own classrooms on set, so it was just like me and that teacher. Like the only time I would hang around kids my age is like the background kids or the kids that would play my friends on the episodes, which I'm actually cool with some of them still. Mm-hmm. But never really had like a normal upbringing around kids my own age. So like I ended up moving back out here with my dad when I was like 14, and then he was like, we gonna put you in a public school. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, yeah, you start Friday. And I was like, oh shit. Like right. I was really nervous, and I think it was fucked up he started me on a Friday though. I still say that, like, why couldn't I just wait till Monday? But anyways, I started school, and I was just really nervous to be around so many people my age. I didn't know how to act. I didn't know like what was trendy, what was not. Like I just felt like I was just like closed off in a little box when I first started though.
Right. So how were you able to adjust? That you have to sit with the mean girls at the lunch table, or?
No, I don't know. Like I was really to myself. Okay, well, no, I'm lying. First day, I was really to myself. When I came back that Monday, everybody had noticed that I was a girl. Someone asked me, and by the end of the school day, like the whole school knew type shit. And I had a locker partner at this time, and so she had helped me to the bus, like, because it was a whole bunch of people on my locker, like, oh my God, type shit. So she had helped me on the bus, and she was like, why the fuck was everybody by our locker? And I was like, oh yeah, I was on the show, and then me and her ended up becoming real close friends. A lot of, like, I felt like I just kind of stayed in my lane, and like, I was so nervous. I used to be so nervous and shy when I first got to school that I didn't really talk to a lot of people. So like, if they came up to me and be like, talk to me, yeah, I'll talk back. So eventually, I don't know, I just made friends, started coming out of my box. I met him. We went to high school together. This is my boyfriend, Kevin.
Word.
We met my sophomore year. And then, I don't know, I made a couple of good friends, and I just really stuck with them. I was never in, like, I don't know, not the popular. I was just like, I fuck with everybody. Like, you know, you fuck with me, I fuck with you. That was just cool.
Word. So what was like the, so can you tell us like the, not the backlash, but like the cons of being a childhood star?
It's a lot.
Because everybody know you, you know, lot. From like, what they, because we can pull up the Bernie Mac show right now and we're going to see you as Babygirl. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's what they, you know.
So like the bad part of it.
Yeah.
I would say I missed out on a lot. I felt like I lived a very sheltered life because of the show. Like sheltered more, like I was just in a bubble. Like I wasn't aware of a lot of things because like I was in this little world, and then I felt like when the show ended, I kind of was brought to reality and like understood stuff that was going on like really around me. But I would feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of cons to it. You know, a lot of us don't make it out alive, like for real. A lot of people that grow up in that shit, something's not right, or they have some type of problem because like we've been judged or looked at or sometimes idolized for so many years, and like people can't get that. Regardless what you say, you can't get the character that I was out of your head. And so like I would even say like me just growing up, I get a lot of backlash just for things I do or being an adult. Like, but I would say it's a lot of judgment. It's a lot of judgment, and it's a lot of, I think it's too much sometimes. As a kid, to grow up in the public eye, it's a lot like stressful. I don't know, shit. It was bad for me. Like it became a point where I just wanted to stop, and I just wanted to have a regular life. Like, you know, I just wanted to have friends. I wanted to go to school, but I couldn't because I had to keep doing it. And I felt like it put a lot of insecurities into me because, you know, I'm being told I have to look a certain way and I have to be this amount of weight, or I need a shrinking size when I'm doing wardrobe fittings. You know, you know, and like you're 7, 8, 9, you know, these were the ages that I was, that I have to like think like that, or like I have to think like, oh, we're about to do a long press day, 12-hour days, like fly to New York, and like, it's a lot for a kid. It's a lot for a kid, and I just don't feel like a lot of people really make it out okay.
Yeah. Wow. Can you tell us one of your favorite memories with Bernie Mac?
Yeah, he taught me how to snap my fingers. Literally, like in certain episodes where like I learned how to tie my shoes and learn how to ride my bike, I actually had to learn it for like the episode. So he was there for a lot of big moments in my life. But I remember it was one scene, we were in the hallway and it was me, him, and Jeremy, and they were sitting there like snapping their fingers, singing some song, and I couldn't snap, and he sat there, and like each time we were about to do the scene, they'll be like, action, we'll go do the scene. When we had to reset, he would come back in there and be like, okay, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Or just like the time that he would really spend with us, like he was really a genuine person, and like he was really, I don't think a lot of people seen like he was funny. Like he was funny, and he would play around. He would just be like the way he was on the show. But he was so caring to like literally everybody that worked on the set, the people like that are unseen and everything. He was just so genuine and kind. And so, I don't know, I have a lot of memories of him, and like they're all like top notch.
So you said that was Uncle Bernie for real?
No, I used to call him that for real. Like when I first met them, I asked my mom, like, this is my uncle for real? Like, you telling me to call him Uncle Bernie? I'm 4 years old, so I'm like, is this my uncle? And my mom was like, no, but he allowed me to call him that. And so it's like, I didn't stop calling him that until like, I don't know, I was like 13, 14. Like, that's what I just knew him as. Mm-hmm. And so he would just let that be. Yeah.
Can you tell us where you were when you received the news that Uncle Bernie had passed away?
Yeah, I was at my auntie's house. It was the day of the Bud Villican parade. And on my auntie's house, that's where they start. It was off King Drive. And I remember my mom called me at like 6 a.m. and like, no, she called my sister. My sister came into my cousin's room and was like, I got some bad news to tell you. And then she was like, he's gone. And then, I don't know, like, I kind of spaced out for a second because like, it takes a minute for me to process certain things like that. Mm-hmm. So I was just real confused about it, and I don't think it really hit me until like we all came together for his memorial. Cause I was like, I don't know, like I just didn't understand it, and I was still young to it too. So when we went to his memorial, that's when everyone came together, and they had one out here. I think that's when it hit me, like just walking in and like seeing the pictures. I was just like, wow, it's real, you know, like he's really gone. Yeah. He was a big influence on my life, and I always say like he was a second father to me, literally, because that man taught me a lot of things, like on and off set. Like he taught a lot of things to my sister, to my mom as well. Like he was very into our family. And like, you know, when my dad would come to set, like, I don't know, he was just a really great guy. Like, and since my dad would be out in Chicago and like we stayed on set, he would help teach me lessons. So like, he was literally like the second hero in my life. So it was pretty tough for him to go.
Yeah. That's what's up. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Chicago legend, definitely. One of the kings of comedy. So, Babygirl all grown up now. She's a big girl now. Can you can you tell us how motherhood you know, changed your life?
Oh yeah, no, it changed my life for the better. I'm so happy that I got my kids, and I don't think people really see like my mother inside. Like, I don't know, y'all see, people just see what I post, but they don't see me like full time. Like full time, I'm a mother. Like, I be with my kids every day, take my son to school, be a part of the school, do whatever they need. Like, I'm the parent that does the most, like at schools and shit. But I don't know. I don't know where I would be literally without them. Like, I would say my son, I had him at a younger age, and it was a little bit tougher for me, but he was literally the one to like help me get on my shit, you know? And my daughter, I don't know, I just love her. That's our daughter. She's beautiful.
Right.
She just like makes me happy.
Right. That's what's up. Now, recently in the headlines, you know, you went up for creating an OnlyFans link. And, you know, everybody like, damn, Babygirl got an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? What made you start it?
Honestly, I just said, it. Like, you know, I think it started off like as a joke. Mainly, like I would talk to my friends and we would always talk about, like, I got a couple friends that was like, we would always joke about it, like, yeah, we gonna start one, just like bullshit. And then, I don't know, you know, like, really, I wanted to do something, I wanted to have like a photo shoot done for my birthday, and I wanted to be different. Like, I've never taken like, I guess, sensual photos, or like, you know how people do the little lingerie birthday shoots and stuff like that. So it was just kind of me like starting off wanting to do that, but I was like, you know what? Like, if we're gonna do it, might as well get paid for the shit. So like, no, cause like, trust me, me and him talked about it. He see everything that I post on it too. Like, shit, he was here helping me take the picture. So like, I don't know. I talked to my family about it, and I spoke to my friends, and cause I knew like nobody posts me. I be living my life in silence, and then I do something. Everybody, oh God, you know, Earth's ending. I done made OnlyFans, and it's no. A lot of people think I was influenced by Camille, which it was not, nothing like that. She didn't know I was making one. I didn't tell nobody was making one, because we live our own separate lives. Even though we all close, we cool. You know, we all our own people. So I don't know. I just kind of decided to do it and say fuck it. And then, hey, you know.
You said Camille, that's who played Vanessa off the Bernie Mac show.
Yeah.
She had started one first.
Yeah, she started one in the beginning of the pandemic.
Right.
And hey, like, I supported her 100%. I'm like, yeah, just go subscribe. I support her, like, you know. And I also defended her too, because, you know, everyone always got something to say. Everyone always got something to say or reference towards Bernie. And you don't want to see me in the comment section, because no, I don't stand for none of that. So I've been defending her, and like, it is what it is. She didn't know I started one, but she supported too. So hey.
Yeah. You know, we interview a lot of people that, a lot of young ladies that, you know, got OnlyFans accounts, and it seems to be a lucrative, you know, a lucrative stream of revenue. So, you know, we don't knock no hustles. We actually encourage all of them. You know what I'm saying? Get your money, do your thing, you know. Appreciate it. For sure. So nowadays, I'm gonna call you DeeDee now. I'm not gonna keep calling you Babygirl. Okay. We grown now, right? Tomorrow's her birthday, you know. Happy birthday once again. What's your outlook on life? Like, what's your future goals, aspirations, you know, something that you look forward to?
I will say I do eventually want to get back into the industry, but I'm doing it right now, but I'm doing it at my own pace. I don't want to rush myself into it. I also think about maybe putting my kids into it, but I know the ways I would go about it so they don't feel the same pressure or the stress that I did growing up as a kid. But moving forward, I got a lot of plans that I want to do. But my main focus right now is just taking care of my household and making sure my kids are together. And I'm just putting all my energy into them right now because that's where it needs to be.
For sure. So before we leave, though, I just wanted to get your opinion on a couple things, relating to your career, right? Who would you say is, or who are your top 5 comedians of all time?
We was just talking about this the other day. That's why it's funny.
I don't want to put it in the order.
You already know who got to be number 1.
Oh, shut up. So yeah, we might as well just go ahead and knock it off, put Bernie at the top. I really didn't watch most of his stuff until I was older because I wasn't allowed to. So like, I didn't see his stuff until I was maybe 13 or so. And I was like, oh wow, like he's funny. Like, didn't even know that. I would have to say Dave Chappelle's up there. I love Dave Chappelle. I would say Kevin Hart, but I like the old Kevin Hart. No offense to him. Like, he's still funny, but like his older stuff cracks me up more than it does now. We got to do a top 5.
Bernie, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, 2 more.
Cat was funny in his prime. No offense. That's mean. I'm so sorry.
No, I know what you're saying.
But like the stuff I grew up watching.
Right,
and
when they coming up.
Yeah, it was like the upcoming was like funny as hell.
Like Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey.
No, I'm gonna cross them off. I don't feel like Steve Harvey was funny. It's D.L. Hughley, he was cool. Cedric the Entertainer, I'm just exit that out. I feel like Bernie was the top one of that category.
Right,
so none of them is in
comedy, right.
competition. Yeah, we just gonna cut it off right there.
I can't really think. No. Richard Pryor too old for all.
No, I mean
he was funny.
I like Harlem Nights.
What's your favorite Bernie Mac movie of all time? That's a good one, right? You got to think about the movies he played in.
I guess it would be
like Players Club, and he was Dollar Bill.
I seen. No, Life was funny, but I don't know if I liked his role necessarily in the whole movie.
I like the Mr. 3000 joint.
I'd say his best one was the one he went out with, Soul Man.
No.
That was funny to me. I'm sorry.
I mean, that was a little. I was young when I seen it. I was like, that was a different side of him I didn't see. I was like, I don't know. I would have to say, in this corner.
He didn't play that a lot though.
It's so funny.
Wasn't he on Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on Friday. Dang. He was in a lot of stuff, but like the reasoning, it was this movie he did. It was called Guess Who. I would say that just because he brought us on set when he was filming that. This was like I think right after the show was ending, and we were on set with him, and that's like honestly one of my last memories of being with him. So I don't know. I would say that just for that memory.
For that reason, yeah, for sure. Well, before we get out of here, baby girl, you got a message that you'd like to leave to the young ladies that's watching?
Yeah, go out here and do anything you want to do. Like, put your mind to it, put your heart in it, and I don't know, you can succeed, like, literally. Like, just keep going, stay positive, manifest, put out that energy, put out good energy, and like I believe that certain things and good things will come back to you. You give and is what you get, good karma, bad karma, all of that. Like I just believe in go see what you want, go get it, and I guess that's it.
Word, that's what's up. So I need everybody that's watching to write happy birthday in the comments. Right? How was your birthday trip? Y'all went to Vegas?
Yeah, I'm tired.
You is? It
I'm
like
tired. It
y'all
was my
had
first time in Vegas. We had a ball.
Y'all had a time.
We had a
Back
time.
Monday and we still tired.
It was still tired.
Back into the groove.
And I see you had the whole cast popped out with you.
Honestly, I invited them out there because they stay in LA, and I know they usually be driving up to Vegas all the time. So I was like, I told them we was coming out there, and they took that drive. They drove out there for me, and then we was all kicking it pretty much. It was really good to see them. I haven't seen them in a couple of years, so that was dope for them. Like, I really love them. Like, those are literally like my siblings, for real.
Yeah, and it was good to see you all, you know what I'm saying, united.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think we still talk or like we're necessarily close. We might not be talking every day or like, you know, but at the end of the day, we got each other's back, and if I needed them, they'd be there, and if they needed me, vice versa.
Right. Well, that's what's up, baby girl. Thank you for chopping it up with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Happy birthday once again.
Thank you.
Look, and this interview was brought to you by Beer Boss. Shout out to our people, man. Yeah, it's a wrap.
DJ, you go crazy.